Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your weekly reading for November 13th to the 19th. This is for Capricorn and Capricorn rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cult to cross spread. I also use astrology in my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading. Capricorn, I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because did I just bat my eyes at you? It kind of felt like that. I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your readings. So Capricorn, wow, what a week. What a week. This is, we are here. We are here. This is a big week, the new moon in Scorpio. But that is not the only reason why this week is big. And I'm going to break it down for you first. If you remember last week, well, here's the thing. I dropped these readings, a few days early before the week, okay? So you still may be approaching it, but on November 11th, Mars opposed Uranus, all right? So that happened over the weekend. A bit of a challenging day there, okay? Because Uranus is all about surprises. Mars is just he's not happy right now, okay? He's, he just got broke up with 20 seconds before a dodgeball game, okay? And so he's not going to hold back, okay? He's not going to hold back. That's what he hasn't been doing all weekend. Now, on Monday, the new moon in Scorpio, really big, really big. However, I know I hate to say it, there's a however here. The sun is going to be opposite Uranus. So you got Mars and the sun opposite Uranus around the same time. I mean, it's kind of, because Mars is in Scorpio and we are in Scorpio season, and that's already adding like a lot of intensity. And now we have this new moon in Scorpio, which is really intense. Pluto, your ruling planet, Scorpio's ruling planet, but it's in your sign, has gone direct. This is a pretty big kickoff to the week, okay? Now, this is what I like, okay? I like the new moon in Scorpio. I like what it's doing for you. Remember, new moons, they have energy that lasts for months, okay? Let's keep it that way without getting too into the, esoteric of it. But the aspects that are happening, Mars and the sun opposing Uranus around the same time, it's a shorter shelf life, okay? So this new moon, I still like for you. I personally like new moons in Scorpio. I like the intensity it brings. I do like, there's a passion behind it, empowerment energy around it. But I like them, all right? The moon is typically, the moon is very feminine. It's typically in fallen Scorpio, which, Mars is its traditional ruler. Pluto is its modern ruler, and it's a little bit more masculine, but, if you can handle it, you're good. You're good. And the fact that Pluto did go direct in your sign, I feel like you're going to be fine. Okay, just be ready to pivot. Be ready to dodge, to do some dives if those dodgeballs that Mars is throwing comes anywhere near you. Okay, let's just keep it that way. But Uranus is a planet of surprises. That's why it is a little bit challenging. Okay, because these are oppositions that are not super fun. All right. So think of it as, the analogy I've been making is like you try to open a jar of pickles and it's the hardest one you've opened in your entire life, and you're trying. It's already challenging. It's challenging, right? It's like, and then you open it, finally, pop, it opens, but it is full of socks. And there's your surprise. You're like, what is going on here? Or, maybe you are trying to open the jar of pickles and you really are determined because you're having a backyard barbecue, okay? And everybody's coming. All your friends, your family, Nicole Kidman, she's already texted you. She's like, I'm on my way. 5 exclamation marks. Like she wants those pickles. Everybody wants those pickles. And that's why you're just like, you're feeling the pressure. But then you do open it, and that's great, but then it starts raining, and then it turns into a huge rainstorm, and there goes your backyard barbecue. So this is just around this time, okay, around this new moon, just something unexpected could happen. And I'm not going to lie, it could be you too. You could do something unexpectedly as well, all right? You could do something unexpectedly. This new moon, by the way, this I'm not gonna, it's gonna be something that has to do with like possibly your family or your friends. Okay, the reason why I say that is because this new moon in Scorpio, keep in mind, Mars is still in Scorpio too. We're still in Scorpio season. A lot of activity in Scorpio, right? It is in your 11th house, which rules your social network, okay? Your social network, groups you belong to, organizations you belong to. So it could be like your group of, you're part of the, we only swim in rectangular pools club, okay? You may decide like, okay, I do not want to be in this club anymore, okay? This is a group that I just never liked to be in the first place. But you and so you quit and everyone's shocked and they're just like, what? But you actually started it, like anyway, but you get what I'm saying. There's just something unexpected. Expect something unexpected. The 11th house is also your hopes and wishes. So again, remember this new moon, I like it. There's this longevity to it, okay? And so it's really nice. It's some new cycle starting off. And hey, if you remember your last week's reading, you got some nice things coming. You got some really nice things coming, all right? But Uranus is in your 5th house. That is, it is a house of pleasure. It is a house of fun. So it's just something that's really fun. It could even be an activity, a recreation that, you really like pickleball or, collecting troll dolls if you're part of that generation, right? Can I get no? Okay. Anyway, 5th house is also family and it's children. So again, something unexpected, but I do feel that Capricorns are going to be able to handle it. Okay. Now on Wednesday, Mercury will sextile Venus. This is really great. This is, after that, the intensity of the weekend, Mercury and the Venus sextile, very, very nice. It's like your spirits are going to be raised. I really love this for you. Remember, Venus did go into Libra. That's such a good placement. It is in your 10th house of career. That could be a big matter for you. You could just have this really nice moment of clarity around this time as well. Keep in mind, Mercury and Venus are fast-moving planets, so it may be just like boom, like it's for a hot second, but at least it feels good. At least it feels good. Now on the 17th, now we've entered the weekend. Amazing weekend. You want to know why, Capricorn? I'm gonna tell you why. Mars and the Sun trining Neptune. And so not only is that happening, and I've talked about this in the monthly forecast, this is absolutely amazing because, this is your imagination. This is your creativity. It's like you could just, again, have these really explosively amazing ideas. You could be the next, whoever you want to be, right? The Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, it doesn't matter. You could, the owner of Airbnb, doesn't matter. You could come up with like a brilliant idea. This is this is just really great. But you can also apply it to like other parts of your life. You could get like really creative about a situation within a relationship or job or whatnot. Now, what makes this day even more special is that the Sun will conjunct Mars. Now, hear me out. This is huge. I know I'm downplaying it. Am I downplaying it or am I upplaying it? Anyway, really, really, really big day. This is a Mars Cazimi. We've had a series of Mercury Cazimis. Now we have a Mars Cazimi. Okay. So I absolutely love this for you. Again, I think there's going to be, it's just when you're going to feel absolutely like driven. It really is, it's almost like a reset too. If you think about the fact we came out of these eclipses and now we're at a week where we have not only a new moon that's really intense, we have a Cazimi that's really huge. So this is going to be a big week, Capricorn, if you didn't catch my drift before. And what makes it even more special for you, Capricorn, this weekend beginning on the 17th is that the moon is moving in your sign. And so you're getting down to business. You're here to play. You're here to play. All right. So I really love that for you. So let's go ahead and get started. Capricorn, let's see what's going on for you for November 13th to the 19th. Again, this is for Capricorn rising. If you want to read for your moon and your Venus, I would do it, especially with the moon going into your sign. I would also do it because Venus is actually, with Venus going in Libra, if you do want more insight or clarity on career matters or just how you like to be perceived in public, fame as well, right? because it is your 10th house. Yeah, absolutely do it. So with that said, Capricorn, let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you for November 13th to the 19th. Okay, so Capricorn, as you can see, my dog here has joined us. You're going to see her a lot more up here, okay? Because the weather's changing. She doesn't like being up here over the summer, which is why she hasn't been up here a lot over the summer. But Capricorn, we've come back from a WAOK, and she is. I think she was actually in your reading last week, wasn't she? Was she? I think you were one of the lucky ones. Anyway, she takes up all my table space, but I do, like I said earlier, a traditional cultic crest spread. And it is, I am going to pull clarifiers because it's such a big week. Now, you're good. Sorry. I guess that I was just shocked. Look at this. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry, Mike. You know what? Let me push this back a little bit and see if you can. Can you see it now? Capricorn, you can see it. Okay. Now, wow. This is very telling. Okay, let's get started. You got the 9 of Wands. Okay, but before I even began to explain the 9 of Wands in your past, you have the 9 of Wands going straight to the 10 of Wands and the heart of your spread. Okay, so we'll talk about that. But something definitely is ending for something to begin. Okay, just don't wear yourself out and don't feel uninspired. Okay. Listen, you got the 9 of Wands. You've been going through it. This is saying that you've been going through it. There's, big things that you want. There's things that you want. There's things that you're, really hanging in for. Really like, again, this card all about, perseverance, resilience. Like you can see the man here, right? The little soldier boy. He's got gauze over his head. He's looking a little like, right? But he's still standing his ground. He's saying, come at me, bro. Right? I can take it. Keep coming. You're not going to take away anything that I've worked hard for. You're not going to take away any of my passion. So this is you just really, really powering up, especially with Pluto still like, Pluto did go direct last month. And so now it's just like full, like, whoosh, right? Now, boom, straight to the 10 of Wands. Look at that. Okay. You see what's happening here, right? Do you want me to? Okay. 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands, in your future, Ace of Wands. 10 of Wands. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't overwork. Capricorns, you are notorious for working so hard. You are so hardworking. Okay. It looks like it's going to be all worth it in the end. It's going to be all worth it in the end. This is going to be a week where you may be finding yourself working a little bit, I guess like a little bit more than normal, or you may be feeling the pressure of it. Again, we are kicking off the week really intensely with those Uranus oppositions. Again, I feel like you're going to be fine with that. But there still could be something. I mean, you could be impacted, but it feels like you're gonna bounce back faster than you would think. If should anything happen, right? Every Capricorn is different. You know that, right? Every Capricorn has a different birth chart, but every Capricorn handles things differently, right? You're all very different. But 10 is the end. You know that, right? 10, 1, 0 equals 1, right in the heart of your spread. So it is saying that there is a sense of you really, really, going above and beyond, really going for something now. Ones are your passions, creativity, ideas, but also very work related too. Okay. Enterprise work jobs. So really putting all that effort, double the effort, maybe working overtime. But again, there is that sense of burden, like working a little too much. Let's pull back a bit. Let's have that fun. Remember, Jupiter is in your 5th house of pleasure and fun. So don't forget that fun aspect. I want you to have so much fun right now. But again, I think that you will, because it seems like this is coming to an end. But again, it's almost like you're nothing will stop you from now. Like, even it's like you're on a mission possible. You've got this, and you're just gonna keep on trucking. I love that. Just don't work too hard. You can see he can't even see where he's going, okay? Because he's his head is down, he's overexhausted, he's a little burdened. There's a lot of burnout energy that comes with this. That's why I say just don't work too hard. Just know your limits, all right? Know your limits. Still have that fun, okay? Sneak in, an episode of Gilmore Girls or something from, the 90s. When did that come out? I don't even know. But listen, you got the Page of Pentacles, okay? In your challenge area. So this is very interesting to me because you see that you have all this new, your entire spread is like new. And I'm not surprised because that's been a common theme with a couple other signs, like a major theme, especially with a new moon in Scorpio this week. But with the Page of Pentacles in your challenge area, that's where I'm saying, don't feel uninspired and don't distract yourself from things that you have to take care of too. One thing that I love about the Page of Pentacles, he's so, what is it? Like down to earth. Okay. Just like you, right? In fact, Pentacles are earthbound. All right. So, there's a little bit of Capricorn in the Page of Pentacles, right? So so it's very nice. Like Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, whatnot. Very down to earth, but he loves to learn things. He wants to eventually become the King of Pentacles. All right. And he will. But when he's in your challenge area, it's like there is a sense of really, really don't fumble the ball. All right. But especially with you being so laser focused, it's like other things in your life still also need attention too. So keep that in mind. Like, don't just go for that one big thing, that one big push. If you are, I don't, where are you? Let's see. Okay. So let's say like you are, for instance, because we do have Venus in your 10th house. It could be just all this work and your kids or your dog or your partner could be like, hey, let's go to the park or the ice cream store or whatever, and you're just like, I gotta work. Just do it. Just go for 20 minutes. You need the break. Okay. The other thing is so don't like neglect other things. But the other thing is there could be something new that's coming through that you're going to have to look at the financial aspect of it, especially because this is a big pentacle in your, and it's new, right? Pages are the newbies in your challenge areas. So just a financial aspect of something new that's happening in your life could be on your mind, and it could be something that you have to really pay a little bit more attention to. Especially because you have the devil in your crown, okay? This is you. The devil is attributed to Capricorn. There is, again, something where it just feels like with the devil in your crown with a 10, looking across your cross, looking at your entire spread here, okay? It does look like some of y'all know that there is something that you're putting a lot of effort into that may actually not be great for you. Maybe it's health wise. Maybe it's like, again, a distraction tactic. Like you're working way too hard, right? You're working way too hard because you have to have a conversation with your neighbor about, the, loud noise, that's coming from the ceiling or whatever. You got to take care of things. But you are, it seems like there's going to be a lot of heaviness this week. Some of y'all, it is definitely with the devil in your crown. There is a situation that is likely, the bigger message I'm getting is that this week, there is going to be something that, the devil, by the way, represents everything you think the devil would represent, like bad behaviors, vices, toxic relationships, and whatnot. With it coming up in your crown, looking at the rest of your spread, it does look like there may be this, when I said moment of clarity that you may have this week, it looks like there may be something also for some Capricorns, where you're really going to see the light of that. Okay. And I think that's going to be actually really good for you if you're not distracting yourself from it, if you actually pay attention to it, if it is something with something new that's coming through. It's almost like really nice, this new thing, because it could be the thing that really lets you, take the chains off, right? You see the two people here chained to the devil. So it really is, if you think about, the devil in your crown, the longer you wear those chains, the heavier it gets. Okay. So just always keep that in mind, especially because you do have the 10 of Wands in the heart of your spread. And so there is already that heaviness that comes with that. You did get the Page of Swords. I like this. Okay. So I love the fact that you did get the Page of Swords. So there is a sense of, like, again, new. Pages bring in that fresh, new energy, right? Pages are really big messengers too. That's a good thing. That's a great thing, that you got the Page of Swords in the root of your spread. When you think about the fact, and I don't think that I talked about this much for you, Capricorn, so I'm just going to tell you now. Saturn did go direct on November 4th. Now, I know I mentioned this in the November forecast. I didn't go into length about it, but Saturn is your ruling planet. Saturn, here's why it's a big deal, Capricorn. Saturn went into Pisces earlier this year, but it was there just for a minute, okay? It was just for a minute before it went retrograde for the entire year. So we actually haven't felt Saturn in Pisces too much, right? You got like a tiny, tiny bit of it in the beginning of the year. And so for the next 2 years, you will feel Saturn in Pisces. Saturn, again, is your ruling planet. It's in a water sign. It's really interesting. It's nicer than being in like its rulerships, right? But it is your third house, and that's why I'm bringing this up, because third house is communication. So communication is something that you're going to be taking a lot more seriously now. Even the third house is writing, researching. I mean, those could be like big things that pop up, whether it's some new skill or new job or it's just something new that's happening. Remember, I said the Page of Pentacles, there is a sense of like, out of all the pages, he really likes to learn. He really wants, especially when it comes to something that has to do with finances or money, like how to monetize this, or how do I grow this? Like, it's a seed being planted. How do I make sure that it's watered every day, taken care of, gets enough sunlight, gets enough, but that plant is a quarter. All right. So you got to figure out how to take care of that quarter, and turn it into, $100 bill. But again, Page of Swords, big messenger, big messenger here. There is something where there's, what your reading is like, there's the end of something happening for you this week. It may be like really just like, so like, again, almost like burnout energy, but it's almost revelatory. It's almost like you do reach a finish line, okay? Because you see, again, 9, 10, and then ace. But with the 2 pages here, pages with that newness, and the devil at your card in your crown, but the Ace of Wands in your future. I mean, this is, come on. You saw your last reading, right? We're clear about that. You definitely are going through this transformation, and there is this with a new moon in Scorpio, again, something new brewing in your life. And now you have the Ace of Wands, the aces, which do usher in the most new change in your life. Okay, out of all the minor arcanas, new beginnings, new opportunity, and wands, again, your passions, what you're investing, like speaking of like planting seeds earlier, I mean, you do see the leaves sprouting from the wand here, right? So it's what you do with that, but it's in your future, and it just looks like there is something new that you're really moving toward that is going to happen. Clarifying, you got the 5 of Pentacles and the Hierophant. So there is something, again, new with the 5 of Pentacles. Very interesting there. I think that is going to be something, it feels more like retroactive to me. And the reason I say that is because the Five of Pentacles is a Taurus card. And then you also got the Hierophant, which is Taurus. But this all came up in your future. So remember I said there's so much activity with Uranus at the beginning of the week. Uranus is currently in Taurus. So there could be something that happens at the beginning of the week that you'll feel that may have some sort of impact on, what happens for your future. But it looks like, for some of y'all, there is a sense of a lot of, when I say new, some of y'all are going to feel a little bit lost and alone, and like maybe a little confused, and maybe a little again, hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself with this new thing, but it's almost like you needed it because you got the Hierophant as well. And this is all about wisdom. This is, come on, he wears a triple crown here. This is really, really nice because, like I pointed out, you got the devil in your crown. All right. So, and it's almost like there are some things that you're thinking about that you're like, I need this to end, or, I know that maybe I am attached to something that I should be getting rid of, or, I have this awareness around it now. And it's almost like you do, because again, the Hierophant came up in your future. I'm going to show you something here. Look at their, it's like it's like the devil is mocking the Hierophant here. And so this is really interesting. With the same posture, right, in the hand. But anyway, the Hierophant in your future is really nice. He is the connector between the spiritual realm, our physical reality, has a lot of leadership quality with him. But in terms of like organizations and groups, and remember, like I said, this all this activity this week, Mars in Scorpio, the Sun in Scorpio, the new moon in Scorpio, that is your 11th house of like groups and organizations, right? So again, very interesting spread. You have a really interesting spread here. But yes, it's almost like you are going to be working like you're working your butt off for something. But there is a sense of you working so hard for something to end, for this new thing to begin, and this new thing will happen for you. And when it does, there could be this sense of like, all right, I did it, but I, could feel alone, or, it's, it's, if you're moving from one job to another job, it's like, now I have a whole month where I don't have income because my new job doesn't start till then, and I have to figure this out, right? With Page of Pentacles in your challenge area as well. So, but then you get the Hierophant, and it's just like, like when you turn on HBO, that angelic sound, like happens. So, I really like this for you, and it's, you can actually even see, visually them walking toward the Hierophant here. It's very nice. It's very nice. Okay. So you will have a week where it may feel a little burdensome at times. You may have to be a little quick thinking. There may be some things that you have to really just step out of like work mode and just take a look around, right? And then take care of things and then dive back in. But you're going to be getting exactly what you want. And it may be a transition where it's just like, like it was like, think of someone who just like ran 20 miles and won a race, right? After the race, he won, but he's not like opening a bottle of vodka and cheering and doing the dab or whatever. He's like, do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. Like you win, but it's like, okay, I need to like, and then you get back into like Capricorn mode. Capricorn, let's get to your stuff. Capricorn, if you like this reading, it would be so great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what's going on for y'all. Y'all are going through some big changes. Out of all the signs, like y'all are going some like really big changes. If you like this reading, Did I say that already? It's been, it is Friday for me. What was the next line? Oh, if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I wouldn't be here without you. So I really am grateful. I really do truly appreciate it. So Capricorn, you're good. You're good. Come on. You're good. You will be good if you don't work too hard. Okay. Just please promise me you don't overwork. You don't overwork. Know your limits. Know your limits. Okay. Like I can hold my breath for like 25 seconds. Like I wouldn't try like to go for like, I think it's like 30 seconds now. I don't know. Listen, you did get the Knight of Cups. All right. So there you go. There you go. This is very interesting. I really, I do like this for you. Two reasons why. One, you got the Page of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Now, I bring that up because the Knight of Cups is Pisces. And like I said, your ruling planet Saturn is in Pisces for the next like 2 years now, give or take. And you can even see all the fish on his armor here. So the fish are like red, like a lot of passion behind it and a lot of creativity. But at the same time, it is, that communication energy is coming through strong. It's like you're becoming a big leader. There's something in terms of communication, like people are listening to you. It's something that you want. Like you want to be heard now, and you will be heard. You did get the Hierophant in your future. Don't forget that. Now, with the Knight of Cups here, there is a sense of you. It's just like things are good now. I'm happy. I'm seeking a lot of emotional fulfillment as well. It can be with a partner, and if it is, there could be a lot of because the Knight of Cups is like Mr. Romantic, the knight in shining armor. So there is, and you have to think about Pisces as well. If you're not here for that, he's also just very imaginative and dreamy, and he's into the arts and whatnot. But in any case, there is a sense of you. Really, 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 again, not working too hard, really spending some time having fun. And if it's not having fun, okay, so I was going to save this for later. I'm just going to tell you now. You see that your entire spread, you got no cups, okay? And so cups is love, it's emotions, it's feelings, right? Intuition. Where it falls in your staff, it's almost like have some fun. And have some and build and bring people into your life, because it seems like there may be a point where you're working so much that you're missing it, right? It's look at all your cards here. The only two cards where more than one person is the Devil and the Five of Pentacles. So bring people into your life this week, okay? Don't work too hard. Have a little bit of fun. Go, do that 20-minute, park stroll. But if you're not here for relationships, and that's whether work or love too, because you can have fun with colleagues and whatnot, right? So, but if you're not here for relationships in any sort of capacity or working with other people, this is just you just being emotionally fulfilled, all right? But the big message that I'm getting is like, again, it's look at him. Look at him extending the cup. He wants to share it with somebody, okay? So do that. Your heart, all right? Share your heart with people this week. And again, if you're not, if you live, in the middle of the mountains by yourself and you're happy that way, which is, more power to you. I love that. I love that. This is just, what do you want to do that will make you feel emotionally fulfilled this week? What do you want to do that's going to have this cup filled, right? That fills your cup. So also you just open your heart to, ideas and open your, creative expression, whatever you do, just do something that makes you feel like, passionate, where you feel it in your bones. I want that for you. Now, you did get the Six of Swords. Really love this for you. Came in your external factors area. Interesting, right? because it's the Six of Swords is I love the Six of Swords. It is attributed to Mercury and Aquarius, so it is an Aquarius card. And that is your second house, by the way. So self-value, self-worth, comfort, stability, all of that. And you can see they're actually moving toward it now, right? So you can see my finger on the turbulent waters, and they're look at where the direction they're going. They're leaving all their challenges behind, all their troubles behind, especially anything like challenging that was mentally, because the swords are the mental suit. It's like clear as glass. It's like the Maldives. They're going to the Maldives. You see the swords in front of the boat. Okay, so there's a lot of protection there, and you see the ferryman with his family, so a lot of comfort as well. So this is really great. It seems like it's like you are working really, really hard this week, or there may be a lot happening in your life this week, but it's all moving in this direction of newness. Okay, and it's exactly what you want, because you got the Three of Wands too. So, and this is a card of, change. It's a big card of change. This card is actually attributed to Sun in Aries, and the Sun is exalted in Aries. But what's great about this card is you see that it's all sky, and they say the sky's the limit. But, when you think about the 14th century or even medieval times, come on. Going out to go discover the world was a big deal. To go see what was out there was a big deal. To even have that self-discovery as you do that discovery, big deal. And it looks like you really want that. I mean, there is a lot of change here. A lot of you really, really moving forward toward like progressing. Okay, you see all the cards with the heart, the Ten of Wands is back to you. Six of Wands back to you. They're all facing the future. Here. So you're moving forward. Okay. And then into success with your Six of Wands in your final outcome. I mean, hello, that's great. This card is all about victory. It's all about success. Success. What a day. It's this is recognition. This is ascension. Oh, then there we go. Speaking of ascension, whoa, talk about right